Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us for this great presentation. We have myself, Kayla from the Acelab team, as well as Nathan from Sun Mountain Door. So again, thank you for joining us. As we let everyone trickle in, I want to take a moment to quickly show you all where you can learn more about Sun Mountain Doors on Acelab. All right, in just a moment, you should be able to see my screen. Nathan, can you see my screen?
I can't know.
Okay. Let's see, might just need a minute. Still can't see it?
No.
Okay, let me try again. I just want to make sure. Sorry, everyone. Alrighty, here we go. Can you all see my screen? No?
No, I can't know.
Maybe, hopefully everybody else can. It looks like it's sharing on my end. If not, I'm going to drop the link in the chat for everybody to reference. But Sun Mountain Doors page has quite a few highlights. It's got some contact information for everyone to reference, a few value proposition highlights, videos, as well as many products for you to explore. You're welcome to click into any one of these products after today's presentation to learn a little bit more about it. You can save it to your firm library for future reference. So I encourage you to check out their page when you get the chance. There's lots of great information there. And let's go ahead and go over a couple other items. We will do Q&A at the end, so encourage you to drop any questions that you have throughout the presentation in the Q&A box that's at the bottom of your screen. And then again, towards the end, we'll go over those questions. And we will also have a poll that will pop up during the presentation as well. So if you're interested in getting more information from Nathan and his team after today's presentation, you can fill out that poll. And we will also have a post-webinar survey to collect any feedback that you have. So that is everything that you can expect for today's presentation. So I will go ahead and pass it over to you, Nathan, to get us started.
Thanks, Kayla. Appreciate it. Good afternoon or morning if you're in the West like I am. I'm in not so sunny Arizona today where I live, but anyway, it's probably afternoon for most of you. So welcome. Really excited about the opportunity to be able to talk to you about Sun Mountain Door. My name is Nathan Angel. I'm the Vice President of Sales for the company. We are located and manufacture out of Berthoud, Colorado. If you're not familiar where Berthoud is, it's just south of Fort Collins, which is about 45 minutes north of Denver. All American made products. We source 98% of our hardwoods out of the United States, get a little bit out of Canada. But we manufacture completely here in the United States. One of our taglines is made by hands. Yes, we use a lot of machinery, but there's still a lot of custom craft work done with our doors. So without further ado, I'm going to keep moving on into the presentation. And I do encourage you to, as Kayla mentioned, put your questions into the Q&A session. Would love to get all your questions answered, of course, after today's webinar. This presentation is going to be heavily laden towards lots of great pictures, of course. So I can talk to you about doors all day long, but you want to see them, right? So that's why this presentation's got a lot of these photos in it. So I'm lingering a little bit to make sure that you guys, get a chance to see all the photos on each slide. This presentation will not even remotely go an hour. Your time's valuable, and I want to make sure that we get your questions answered most effectively. So just to give you a little quick background, so we were founded in 1998 in, like I said, in Berthoud, Colorado. We have 105,000 square foot manufacturing facility there with a brand new, almost completed, updated showroom there. We are a wholly owned subsidiary of Kodiak Building Partners. We were purchased in May of 2022 Before that, we were a family business. We do sell nationwide, including Alaska and Hawaii. We just recently did another order for in Hawaii, and we're shipping a large order to a hunting lodge in Alaska here this month. So we've done Puerto Rico, we've done the Bahamas. We can meet the needs of your clients there. We are also proud of our showroom locations. We have 10 showroom locations throughout the United States. Quick just overview of where you can actually come visit us and visit our doors. If you're in any or near any of these locations, we would love to come see you. And, showing you these photos is great, of course, but actually being able to see our doors in person. We keep pretty good track and records. Most of the sales that we get through our showrooms are done through the visitation process. We estimate that about 84% of the folks who visit one of our showrooms actually become a customer, because seeing is believing. So what do we make? Custom wood products. Custom doors mean basically we have, you're going to see a slide that's coming up next that says we've got 8,200 door styles. That's the difference between, some door styles, STYLES instead of STILES, which is a part of the door. We actually have over 14,000. We have 14,432 door designs on our website. We make in-house stile and rail doors. So the stile being the vertical portions of the door, rails being the horizontal portions. You have a kick rail, intermediate rails, head rail. We make all of those from scratch. We bring in raw 4/4, 5/4, 6/4 lumber and mill it to create our custom doors. We also bring in a line of flush doors, so flush veneer. We partner with Linden out of Linden, Washington, and then we customize them, finish them, hang them from there. It's the only kind of door product that we don't actually make in-house. Now we have an exterior flush door that we make in-house from scratch. But that's where we go from 8,200 different door designs up to the 14,000, because once we had the capability to be able to groove, metal inlay, do different pivots, etc., on those flush doors, that's where you get all those additional options. So that's a custom door. None of our doors exist until you pick a door style. And here's the thing too, we also have an engineering department, so we can actually take some of those door designs that you may find on the web, or you may design yourself, and we can take a look at it and see if that is something that we, through our engineering team, can create your door design and make that for your project. We also have a line of stock doors. We call it the Teton series, which is a stock knotty alder. It's a quick ship item. It's not like right off the shelf. Excuse me, pardon me. You can probably hear I'm coming off of a cold. I probably got it from one of the 124,000 people that I interacted with last week at the International Builder Show. I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to attend in Las Vegas, but it was a record-setting year for them, and we were really glad to participate. We had a hospitality suite, as well as we had our doors in the New American Home up at Ascaya in Las Vegas. Again, I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to be there, but we were there, and those were our doors in that home. So going back to our stock products, so we have a stock quicker ship knotty alder series. Based being a Colorado-born company, we really cut our teeth in alder and knotty alder because of the mountain type homes that we were dealing with at first. We do everything from rustic to modern now, but that's really our claim to fame is knotty alder. We also make and we're actually changing the name from our MDF door to our Glacier series, because calling it an MDF door is is a misnomer. It's not like some of those cheap lumberyard doors that you can find out there that are all MDF. We actually provide a 1.75 inch uh, engineered style and rail door. The only thing that's MDF on that door is the panel itself. It's even capped in poplar. So to call it a MDF door is kind of cheapens it a little bit. We work with 17 different wood species. So we don't just do knotty alder or alder, select alder. So we work with 17 different wood species. We pre-finish, we'll hang everything. We can do customizations. We can do specialty doors. So we also have over 400 styles of moldings. We can also do decorative box beams. And these all can be stained to match. So to be able to, the ability to be able to coordinate all of your finishes on your projects is great. Plus, we are a full hardware supplier. Many of the most common names, but we can get pretty much anything. And we are really a big believer in you needing to complete your project with hardware at the time of placing your door order, because most of the time we need to know how to prep that door for you so it is the most complete door when it leaves our factory. As I mentioned, there's the 8200 interior door and exterior door options just in style and rail. We also then will get to the flush doors and our ability to be able to do all of that. So I mentioned pre-finishing. It's really been the hallmark of what makes Sun Mountain Door. Not only our ability to do customizations and build the door of your dreams and in a home, your homeowners, your clients' dreams, but we are just big believers in these doors leaving our factory pre-finished. Not only can we do it in a clean room, so the finish is impeccable. It's a furniture grade finish. It is smooth, dust free. It is the best way to go. It is sealed up on all sides. We actually when you purchase interior doors from us, we'll actually take the warranty from a 1-year warranty on unfinished product to a 5-year warranty on an interior door package, because it's leaving our factory pre-finished. We know that that is going to be better for the door. We know that on-site conditions a lot of times when the doors arrive aren't ideal. So we know that we're not worried about moisture and acclimation because that door is already leaving the factory sealed. We have a lot of standard finishes. This is just a small sampling, and we show all of those standard finishes on each of the 17 wood species that we work with, so that you have a good idea of what that finish is going to look like. We can provide you samples if you need those to put on your color board, or you just need them for the approval process with your client. So now we're going to, I'm going to show you some slides basically showing you just a small sampling of the doors that we can do in the different sort of styles out there: traditional, rustic, modern. So here's some traditional doors. You can even, you can even see these custom arched transoms. In terms of arch doors, we do flat arch, we do true arch. We can even do elliptical arches for you. And that includes pre-hanging the doors in those frames. Not a lot of door shops out there can do that. And let me just take a moment to make sure you guys understand the difference between a door manufacturer and a door shop. I mean, there's a lot of door shops out there, but they're buying the slabs from somebody and then hanging them in jams. We are truly manufacturing the door from the ground up. I'll show you the door construction in a moment, but we look at every small detail. You can even see on these double doors where once these barn doors are closed, you'll complete a true arch across both doors. Same thing on this double door system. It will complete a flat arch across both doors. We truly try to make, custom attributes to every one of the doors so that you can really see that we are the door people. We want to be your door people. Some examples of modern styling, which, of course, modern has sort of overtaking the market, which is great. We're poised at that for that. Excuse me 1 second here. Well, apologize. Just needed to clear my throat there. As I said, I'm just getting over this cold, unfortunately. But you can really see in these modern styles, attention to detail. The mullions on the side lights matching up with the metal inlay on this flush door. Really popular door here for us. This is actually a door that we show in our Naples, Florida showroom where I was yesterday. We can do hurricane doors down there in wood. We have our Miami-Dade certification. So again, we want to be your door people. We want to be considered as your door expert, and we can provide, many styles for you. Rustic, of course, as I mentioned before, are really our claim to fame where we started. I mentioned 17 different wood species. We also do work with reclaimed barnwood. Here's the thing about reclaimed barnwood. It can be, excuse me, rather expensive. When we give you a rustic barnwood door, and I'm going to show you the door construction here in a moment. We actually are skinning that rustic barnwood from a reclaimed project and still providing a brand new LVL core door underneath. So you're going to get a modern door construction with that rustic appeal that barnwood can give you. All right, here's some information, and again, I'll show you some of the core cutaways momentarily. But our doors are a bore and dowel system, so it's a stile and rail door that are bore and dowel together using fluted dowels glue. We do have flush doors available. We use all engineered stiles and rails in our door, which is made with LVL with an 1/8 inch thick veneer. We use a nice thick veneer. If you check with a lot of other door manufacturers that do an LVL core, a lot of times their veneer is a 1/16 or less. We do the 1/8 inch thick veneer because we can also do custom distressing and on the door. So we need that thicker veneer on there to be able to do that. Now, thicker veneer sometimes can also cause a challenge. So, we have all done this, very strategically through the engineering process. Our panels are all solid wood glue up. Here's a big thing for us. We have our certification to be able to do 20-minute, 45-minute, 60-minute, and 90-minute doors, fire doors that look like the rest of the doors in your project. Apologize again. There are some restrictions to that, however. So, especially when it comes to wood fire doors with glass in it, we do provide firelight glass, but the amount of square inches that you're allowed to do, diminishes the higher up the rating you go. And then once you get to the 60 and 90-minute, we have to provide you with metal jambs as well. So as I mentioned, we have hurricane rated doors. You can see that we provide engineered CAD drawings of our door designs. This is one of our real popular door designs right there. As I've been talking to you about, here's our LVL core construction. So laminated veneer lumber, you've seen, you use this in your projects all the time for strength, right? It's all of those strands that are then alternated and glued together. We do this to hopefully keep our doors very straight for you. LVL is not going to twist or warp. It's not going to want to do what wood wants to do, which is try to go back and be some sort of round shape, right? All right, so we do that in all of our custom doors. Our Teton and our Glacier series, or the MDF doors, we'll get an LSL, or laminated strand lumber core. It's kind of like OSB, and it also is for strength and stability, especially in 1 3/8 doors, which is what our Teton line is. As I mentioned, we do solid wood panels. So on these panels, they are a floating panel. Very important. Wood will want to expand and contract. So we put spacers. There's foam spacers in that gap, so that as the panel expands and contracts, we won't have to worry about any splitting on these solid panels. The thicker the panel, it's also a glue up. And if you were to see a full expansion of this, we also offset the glue ups, so you don't worry about the panel cracking through on your exterior door applications. Moldings, as I mentioned, we do all types of molding. Here's an example of our nickel gap tongue and groove on this ceiling here. We do it in all 17 wood species: base, crown, chair rail, as I mentioned, tongue and groove, and we can pre-finish it all. That is the big benefit to you, so that all of your finishes match. As I mentioned, we do box beam applications as well in all 17 wood species. We do this for a lot of different types of applications, not even just decorative box, which you see on the ceilings here. We did these posts here because we can also provide you with an O shape that has a cap. So the L shapes a lot of times will go in the corner. A lot of folks will design that so it looks like the beams, midway through the wall. So they'll do about half the size of that beam up against, and then do full U beams. We ship them in 10 to 12 foot sections, but you order it based on how long you need it. So if you need a 50-foot beam, we'll ship you 5 sections, and those are not butt jointed. We offset that so you don't look up and see any kind of a seam. They're connected together with dog bone connectors, usually all connected together on the ground, and then you hoist it up into your ceiling and attach it from there. Very economical way to get that great beam look. Folks use them also for their mantles, even, so that everything kind of looks like it matches and coordinates throughout the home. We do that. We will distress it. It is made from 3/4 inch thick lumber, so we don't really do a really heavy distress on these beams, because we're afraid of opening up any kind of joint. But the joints are all actually routed together. It's not just a 45 joint that can easily split open. Hardware, as I mentioned earlier, your standards: MTech, Ashley, Rocky Mountain. Those are the big 3 that pretty much everybody deals with. But we can get. We just sold a nice Formani project. We do a lot of custom hardware. Our pivot hinges, we pretty much only will use Fritz Jurgens, as they're the best in the industry. Our pocket door frame is second to none. If you feel like you've hated pocket doors, talk to me about pocket doors. Let me sell you back on pocket doors and its benefits. We have a great pocket door frame that is second to none. It was the hit of the IBS show last week. We do barn doors. You can make any of these doors into pockets or barn. We have a great working relationship with those hardware manufacturers, so we usually stay up to date on what's popular and what's happening. So what's the value proposition of dealing with Sun Mountain Door? First and foremost, as the title of this webinar states, we are an American-made product. There are 11 showrooms, if you include our headquarters location, throughout the United States. You're dealing with real people, such as myself. I have a 35-member team of dedicated sales professionals throughout the United States that we try to keep the most up to date. As I mentioned, we want to be your door people. We want to help you with your projects We are a custom wood door manufacturer, first and foremost, but we are a solutions provider as well. We are all about being able to get you your answers. And I'll also tell you, part of this sales and service resource is being honest with you. I'm not going to sell you a door just to sell you a door. If it's not the right application. Wood doors, wood exterior doors, primarily, they have their own set of challenges, and they need maintenance. We live in a society that would love to be maintenance free. In my own home, I would love to be maintenance free, but that's just not a reality, right? Wood doors take maintenance, especially exterior doors. To that end, though, we are partnering with additional resources. We can provide, probably bar none, the best fiberglass door on the market in master grain, where they can go up to a 5.0/10.0 on a pivot for your front door and warranty a black finish on it. I'm not going to do that. I can do a pivot up to a 9.9 door, but I'm not going to let you have black. We are partnering with a great custom iron door manufacturer with our own private label line, so that we can get you an iron door as well. We are a manufacturer, but not everything that we can do is going to be the best option for you. But we, again, want to be your door people. Some people call us on job sites, they call us their door experts. I wouldn't go that far, because expert means you know everything. This world is changing by the minute, but we are moving with it and trying to stay up to date. What you're going to get is honesty and integrity with us. Direct sales. So we do sell direct to builders, architects, homeowners. We are the provider. We do full customizations. We have, in addition to all the different stylings, when we do a pocket door and you buy the frame from us, it requires a custom route down the bottom of the door, so that the center fin guide, which keeps it in direct middle of the pocket, is one of those is necessary. So we do that as well. We do all the mortising for the hardware. You get the highest quality from us with a great warranty and cost-effective solutions. As promised, folks, that's pretty much it on the presentation portion of it. Hopefully, I've gotten you intrigued enough that we can have a great question and answer session now. But we are here to help you. As Kayla mentioned, she's got our resources available to you. And the biggest resource is, of course, myself and my team.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nathan. That was really great. And we do have some questions coming in. And folks, if you have any questions that you haven't got the chance to drop in, now's the time. But I'll go ahead and get us started. First, we have, can you make doors with anything other than butt hinges? For example, a pivot?
Absolutely, yes. So as I mentioned in the presentation, and your question probably came in before I mentioned that, but yes, we work with several different pivot styles, interior, exterior. So yes, primarily we really prefer to use the Fritz Jurgens hinge for exterior pivots. Far superior. Doesn't require you to put the mechanism into the concrete. It's all up in the door.
Awesome. All right. Can you speak a little bit more to your pre-hung options?
Sure. Yeah, we can do we do full pre-hanging. So that includes on single doors, it'll come in the frame, whether that's exterior or interior. We can do when we do our double doors, just for shipping purposes. So we will fully put those together but then we will knock that whole unit down. So it goes right back together. The jam goes right back together with screws that are provided. That's just for shipping, so that the doors don't get damaged during freight. Pivot doors would be the same thing. They would come knocked down. Interestingly enough, we have certain pockets of customers. Las Vegas as a market, those trim contractors really prefer everything to get shipped knocked down. It's interesting. I would always want to have everything pre-hung, but that's okay. We can also do custom hinges if we use a Deltana 4x4 ball bearing hinge, so it's a top quality hinge. That's our standard hinge. It comes in 12 finishes, standard finishes, and then there's some custom finishes from there. But if you prefer M-Tech or you want to use Ashley Norton or Rocky Mountain hinges, the only requirement is that those hinges do have to be purchased through us. We want the liability chain to stay with us. We've had incidences in the past where a few hinges have gone misplaced, and there's the blame game. So, but we also want those hinges on hand so that especially like Rocky, because those are hand forged, the thickness gets a little wonky on some of those. So we need to be able to kind of gauge those and know that we're fully bedding that hinge into the jam. We do Tectus, which if you're familiar with that, Simon's work, it is a concealed hinge. So if you really like that sort of not seeing the butt hinge application, we do that. That does require a thicker jam because those mechanisms are quite large. So we do require an 1 3/4 inch jam on those. You need to keep that in mind as you're designing your project, and know that you're going to need bigger rough openings on that. Also, that's how you create, the hidden door look, as well as using those concealed hinges.
Perfect. That was great. Thank you. We have a couple of folks asking if you're willing to share a copy of the presentation. Is that something you're willing to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
There's nothing secret about it. So we would love that. Hey, the more it gets out there, the better.
Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. We'll get you all connected then. Next we have, what is the difference between a standard door and the hurricane doors?
Great question. So hurricane doors have to have several things, and the biggest thing is, most front doors is, as you can see from the one you're looking at in the photo, lots of glass, right? So the biggest difference is in impact rated glass. Just so you know, so every glass style would have to be tested. The glass style that we have tested is clear. But what essentially it does, if you think about what's the biggest danger in a hurricane, it's flying debris. So with glass, you're worried about, could be picking up a 2x4 from the across the street and hurling it directly at your front door. That glass will not shatter. It will take the impact. Think a lot of it about it as like what happens to your windshield in your car. It's all laminated together so it doesn't shatter. I mean, it's going to be broken. We'll have to have it replaced, but it's not going to damage. And what happens then if that glass were to break? Now you've got all of those hurricane force winds traveling into the home and more debris traveling into the home, so more damage. That's number one. They all have to be outswing as well, because that gives us the additional force of not being able to blow the door open as easily. That requires a 5-point locking system. So if anybody's familiar with a multi-point door locking system, it's down the whole edge of the latch edge of the door. You've probably experienced it before, where you've gotten to a door and you're like, how am I opening this? And you hear this whole like latching system opening as you open it, as you're up and down. That's a multi-point latching system. And then there's requirements there's a heavy amount of requirements on the installer as well. The length of screws that have to go into the door, but that's on the door itself. That's really the glass and the multi-point latching system.
Amazing. That was great. All right. And the same person actually asked, can you please explain the way box beams are joined again?
Sure,
Um,
absolutely. And if you want to send me an email at some point, whoever is asking that question, I could show you I could share with you a photo of the actual connection system. But it's called a dog bone connector. If you look that up on online, you'd see what that looks like as well. Essentially, if you were looking at the inside of the box beam, where the joint happens, it looks like the actual routed cutout. It looks like a dog bone, and then there is two plates and a rod, and just with wrenches, those are connected together, and they bring the beam together. Now, in terms of how that's joined, like I said, it's not two butt joints. You would have a seam, and then it would come down and cut in. So it's almost like kind of like a puzzle piece kind of coming together so that you don't see one seam going up as you look up in the ceiling.
that makes sense. Sweet.
And
Next we have, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, they've been used for, like I said, multiple uses. We did a 120-foot one last year for an old hotel that had to retrofit for sprinklers.
Mm.
So they hit them up in the box beam in the hallway. So they just lifted the whole box beam up, had it precisely measured so that, and did the cutouts for the sprinkler head to pop through. So really cool product.
Amazing. Sweet. Next we have, can you do internal door closers?
Yes. Yes, we
Perfect.
can. So, those will go on the top. So we'll route out the door top and put those in there. We have preferred brands. Hopefully you can, just because they work really easily with us. So
Mm. Awesome. All right. Next we have, can you make pocket and swing doors about 4 feet high? I think, yeah, 4 feet high for use in a knee wall storage space.
absolutely, absolutely, we do. We actually also, there's some, we didn't really want to get too crazy in this presentation, but yeah, we actually can do clip doors. So if you've got a staircase, we can build the door so it's on an angle, so you get the most maximum use out of that space. You don't have to just go with a square butt top door. It does add a lot of cost. I'm not gonna lie. Integrity, remember. But we do these. We actually do these. We have a Florida customer that loves those because they love to put those on that stair, and they do it as a push latch door, so that it kind of disappears with those concealed hinges, as I mentioned. So all you do is look like you're pushing on the wall, and all of a sudden you get this door that pops open. But yeah, we can build doors any size. I actually one of my best sales when I was a sales rep for the company was basically an 18-inch by 2 foot doggy door that looked like the rest of the doors in the house, with a little threshold, so it was, had a little doorknob. You opened it up, and so they would open that up in the dog room so he could run in and out during. So anything, any door size you want, we can build it.
Very cool. Amazing. That was actually the last question as of right now. So thank you for those really thorough answers and a really great presentation. Any final notes you'd like to make?
Uh, no, just I want to thank everybody for their time. I know it's really, really valuable. People say that all the time, but everybody's time is valuable, and I sure appreciate your time. If there's any questions, please reach out. We love questions. There is a request for quote option on our website, sudmountaindoor.com. So you can use that too if you want to go through that request for a quote. But we would love to hear your feedback through Acelab as well. We love this partnership with Acelab and the ability to kind of show a quality American made product that started out as a family business in Colorado, and we really want to be your door source nationwide. So again, thanks for your time, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. I actually have one more question that just came in if you have a
I,
second. Awesome. So the question is there a dealership in Canada, and how are the tariffs affecting the shipping to Canada, if so?
Great question on the tariffs that I don't have the answer to right now. Most of the time, we have shipped into Canada before. So to answer your first question is no, there is not a dealer right now, but you can buy direct. And we don't really need a dealer. You can just deal with us directly, and your tariff question would be answered on the freight quote that we get from. We work with several freight brokers, so we'll get several options and give you the most cost effective option. Dealing with that.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it then. And thank you again, Nathan, and thank you for everyone for your time.
Awesome.
If
Thank
that's
you, everybody. Have a
yeah.
great rest of your day.
Yes, everyone have a great day. Thank you. Bye.